In today's video, I'll be teaching you guys how to wheelie from a legal pedal bike all the way to a Surron Ultra V. And if you want to learn how to wheelie all of these bikes, make sure that you pay close attention because you don't want to skip a step. Without further ado, let's get it.
She wishing I would put her in the mix. Shorty got a taste and now she wants a fix. You know how it gets, but I'ma have to hit you in a bite.
Bet. So before we actually do this, I wanted to show you guys my new drone, the Hover Air X1 Pro. I'm gonna be testing it out while recording this wheelie tutorial because it's honestly so cool. Look at that. Look at the quality, bro. Look at it, Mari. Look at this quality.
Oh wait, that's from the girl.
Yes, yes. Isn't that crazy?
Like it's AI, bro.
Merch, that feels like AI. What? I bet. Yeah. Every flight that I've taken, it records. Yo, what is this? Oh, this is me testing it. Alright, so the first, ignore the fact that all the bikes are wet. As soon as we got here and unloaded the bike, they started raining. Now, the Tammo bike doesn't have a kickstand, but this will be, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get dirty. This will be our legal bike. And before we start wheeling it, there's a few things that you need to do before you even hop on the bike and start wheeling it. And step number one, always wear gloves. If you've been watching me for a long time, you would have known what happened the last time I said always wear gloves. So stuff like that happens all the time, and you don't wanna, you don't wanna not be wearing gloves when something like that happens. And step number two, wear long pants. I know if you guys look in all of my previous videos, you would see I usually wear shorts, and I actually stopped wearing shorts for the sole purpose that I kept on getting scratches and scars all up on my legs that it got to a point where I was scared people are gonna start thinking I get abused or something. So I started to wear pants. I recommend wearing pants and closed-toed shoes. I used to wear slides too. I used to wear no protective gear whatsoever. But the older you grow, the more mature you get, and I realized that it's always good to wear pants and shoes. So now it's time. If you don't know how to wheelie at all, this is exactly how you're gonna start. It's at 67%. Bro, I'm having a blast with this drone. All right, follow me. All right, so if you don't know how to wheelie at all, the first step that you want to do is you're gonna want to do the feet dragging method. And when I say the feet dragging method, you pop it up and you go with your feet. On an e-bike, on a pedal legal e-bike like this is probably the easiest thing to do because it's not that much power, so you're not gonna go overly back. Oh, I completely forgot to say, you need upgraded brakes. These come stock with cable brakes. I recommend getting, these were only like $60 on Amazon. They're Zoom brakes. I'd recommend getting Zoom brakes. A lot of people put them on their Razor builds and whatnot. All you wanna do, pop it up and walk with it. Just drag your feet. You're not gonna be able to do this when you first start because it's hard when you first start. You're not gonna be able to, keep it going when you first start. So it's very important that you actually pop it up and get used to using your brake because your brake is literally your lifesaver. Like, that's the main part of wheelie. People think it's the throttle. No, you need to trust in your brake. Make sure you have good brakes. Up, hit the brake. Up, hit the brake. Up, hit the brake. Make sure you get used to that, and then you can drag your feet. By dragging your feet, it teaches you how you're gonna be feathering between the throttle and the brakes, because that's all that a wheelie is. It's feathering between your throttle and your brake. So, up, drag your feet, brakes, throttle, just like that. Once you have that down, you basically have what a wheelie is down. Now, it's all just a matter of keeping your feet up on either your pegs. Mine has rear passenger pegs. Either keep it up on your pegs or your pedals. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Same process. Pop it up. Feather the throttle and the brakes, just like that. In my opinion, I think that e-bikes like this are probably the hardest things to wheelie, but it's not too bad. I'm trying to show off now. Ooh. Once you got that down, once you have the feathering between brakes and throttle down, that's when you can start learning your tricks. The easiest trick is probably knee knocker. You start in a knee knocker and you just pop it up. Just keep it going. Most people say that the proper way to do a knee knocker is to keep your legs sideways, which is honestly harder in my opinion. I like to just keep it straight like this, pop it up and knee knocker. I think the thing about pedal e-bikes like this one, they're not as balanced as the e-motos are, but that's just because of the structure of the bike. I mean, they weren't meant to wheelie. So now That's it for our pedal e-bikes. It's time to move right on over to our mini moto. This is my Yasma IN10, which is probably my favorite mini moto on the market right now. That being because, first of all, it just looks incredibly nice. Second of all, it has the best specs for the budget e-moto. Is better than a 2DO, of course, because I know that's what most people get for their mini motos. It's better than a 2DO. All around, it's just a great bike, and I genuinely just love this bike. On this bike, I do have a few modifications, such as my TRIMM Supply Supermotos, and I have a 72-volt battery. But this all won't affect the process of wheeling. It's all the same concept. The size is what really makes it different, not necessarily the power, because it feels the same. It just has more top speed and more power, and I like that. That's why I put the 72-volt battery in. Anyways, we're gonna hop on it, pop straight into mode 3, and let's go wheelie the mini moto. I have to watch out, I have to be really careful because it just rained. But anyways, the process of wheeling the mini moto is very, very similar to the process of wheeling any other bike. Essentially, what you're gonna do to start off, you're gonna wanna do the same thing. Up, brake, get it down. Up, brake to get it down. My brakes aren't that good right now because it did just rain, so my brakes are kind of wet, but still. Up, brake. Whew, I know y'all saw that. Anyways, once you get your brake control down and you're able to pop it up, once you reach balance point or past balance point, you go down, you're able to drag your feet once again. The mini moto is smaller than the legal e-bike, so your legs are closer to the ground. It's more of a workout definitely on your legs. Just gotta feather that. Brake and throttle, feather it. Go too far back, you come back down. Straight like that. Simple. Another thing that I forgot to say, most of these bikes come with dirt tires. I decided to modify mine and put the Supermotos, as I said before, the TRIMM Supply Supermotos, so that it's more smooth, because the dirt tires make the bike lean, which make it even harder, which makes it harder than it already is to wheelie. So Supermotos definitely help a lot. Once you're able to drag your feet nicely like this, yes sir. Why is my drone getting left behind? Dang, it's already dead. Yeah. You're gonna have to carry it with you. Once you're able to feather it, like I said before, all you have to do now is put your feet up. And bam, just like that, you're bipping. All it is that feathering. Feather it. Mini motos are harder to hit combos on than the bigger bikes, but let's see if we could do it. Yo, I actually love these Supermotos. This is my first time actually riding the Yasma with these Supermotos on. Let's bip. Up. Let's get into knee knocker. Yes, sir. Toe touch. Oh, my front tire stopped spinning too quick. Hold on. Let's do some knee switches real quick. Crisscross. As you can tell, practice makes perfect, and there's no way you're gonna be able to learn that in the first day of wheeling. The more you practice, the more you get to get it, the better you get. So the more you bust your butt, the better you get. I'm joking, that's not true. Actually, partially it's true. I think mini motos are probably some of my most fun bikes to wheelie. Just the fact that they're mini makes them so nice. Now that's it for our mini motos. So next we have our 79 bike Falcon Pro, which is gonna be in our stock Surron class. Although it has a 72-volt battery, the power is very similar to a stock Surron rather than an actual modified 72-volt Surron, which is in its own different class than the 79 bike. The 79 bike does come stock with more power than a Surron, but it costs around the same price as a Surron. That's why we're using it in that class. Now, the brakes on the 79 bike are terrible, so if you hear some squeaking, do not get mad at me. Oh my gosh. I need new pads. It's bare metal. Just like the past two bikes, start off dragging your feet. This is probably the easiest bike to do the up and down method. Just up, down. You can feel it once you pass that balance point. You're gonna feel it. Don't get scared. Don't tape a pillow to your back. Just do it. Now, on these bikes, you don't want to wheelie at such a slow speed because your front tires stop spinning so quick. You're going to want to gain a little bit of speed. On a Surron, I'd say about 20 miles per hour. You're going to want to pump the bike like this. Oh my gosh. You're going to want to pump the bike and pull up. And then you're doing a wheelie. So once you get here, like I said before, pump and bip. That's all it is. I like to put my feet up here. It's easier for me to wheel it like this. If you're still getting used to wheeling, I wouldn't recommend doing this. Solely because if you mess up, then your feet like aren't in a grabbable position. I only do this because it makes my wheelies less of a struggle with my muscles and more of I'm just chilling. I'm telling you, wheelies aren't that hard. You just gotta keep on practicing. Any bike, just even with bare metal pads. Now, probably one of the most skill-intensive bikes to wheelie is for sure the 72-volt Surron. And why is that? You must be thinking, bro, what are you talking about? That's easy. You have all that power. I'm telling you, that power does some things. That power does some things. I'm telling you, that power does some things. When you're in a wheelie, the power isn't the most important part of the wheelie. Like I said before, the most important part is the brakes. So once you hop on a 72-volt Surron, you feel all that power. And just like, you just start power wheeling. You don't want to power wheelie. You wanna feel controlled when you pop it up too. Even though it has enough power to lift up the wheel, you want to be able to pop it like that. You don't want to use power to get you up. Never. And if you have a 72-volt Surron, I'm guessing you already know how to wheelie. Oh my gosh, bro, 72-volt Surrons are so swervy. You can skip the foot dragging part. You can go straight to the pop-up and balance point. Once you get a 72-volt battery in your Surron, I'm telling you, you probably won't even realize it's so much heavier. It's so much harder to wheelie. When I first got a 72-volt battery in my bike, I never thought I was gonna be able to. I genuinely thought I'd ruin my Surron, bro. I thought I'd never be able to wheelie it ever again. It feels bulkier and way harder to wheelie. So this is definitely gonna take a lot of getting used to. You're gonna have to get used to this for sure. This one, yeah, bro. The Surron, I can actually wheelie it for days. When I put my feet up here, this is a trick that a lot of people don't know. When you put your feet up there, it lets your wheelies go for longer. I don't know why. I don't know the science behind it. I'm just telling you. It feels like when you're dragging your feet. That's what it feels like. It's so much easier to wheelie. I could roll for days instead of like this. This, I just feel like I'm struggling. This, I'm just chilling. My favorite part about the Surron is how swervy Surrons are. Triple X's too. Upgraded Triple X's, I'm sure they do the same thing, but upgraded Surrons are just top tier, the way they swerve. Look at this. It's kind of wet. I want to watch out with my swerves. I don't want to slide out. And that's it for the Surron. Let's now go hop on our Ultra B. Ultra B's right here. We can go ahead and just swap over. Now we're on the Ultra B. These two are my favorite bikes, I swear. Now the Ultra B is too big for a lot of people, including me, to drag your feet on. So on the Ultra B, but wait, it's too big to drag your feet, but it still doesn't hide the fact that the Ultra B is guaranteed the easiest bike to wheelie, second to the Triple X, or maybe even tied to the Triple X. Ultra B, Triple X, their geometry, the way they built, I don't even know, but it's just the easiest bike to wheelie. Even Kamari, can you wheelie the Ultra B? Bippy, I swear, the Ultra B is just a cheat code. Just immediate bip. So, if you did just get an Ultra B and you don't know how to wheelie, the Ultra B was your first bike, which I do not recommend. There is a workaround, and that is just sending it. You just have to, you're gonna power wheelie for a bit until you work the brakes in there. I think that's the best method. I think that's the best method if you can't do the foot drag method. Oh, no, but of course, the method that you can do, even though you can't foot drag, you can still use the brakes. Ultra B brakes, they're gonna save you. They slam you down. Just slam yourself down. Slam yourself down. Slam yourself down. All brake. I'm not even using momentum. Look, all brake. No momentum, all brake. Once you feel yourself go past that balance point, slam that brake, get yourself down. But don't slam it too hard that you fly over the bars. Just good enough. That is it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, shop at TRIMM Supply for the anti-pedal clip tees, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.